Hello artists and art bros. Today I'm going to show you my painting that I was creating last month, and this is quite the recap of what I did from the last video, and now I'm going to continue it. So here are some of the items that I have created, and so far I quite enjoyed it. And now this part, like the scissors, it's not quite the same as the scissors because I just didn't get the shape quite correctly, and I also kind of messed up the metal part, but it's all good. It's still kind of looks like the object itself. And now moving on to this trash bin. So I kind of mixed up the colors, like I used beige on this even though it's clearly white, and then I kind of put the acrylic markers on top of the open and close parenthesis mistakes using the whites and some of the beige so that it will hide the supposedly mistakes, because I just messed up on the sketch on this part. And then this one is like a pencil case but for papers, so I use it for my journaling. Like if I have receipts or like some loose paper, I put it there, and then I will be journaling for like a week later, and then I just use it for that purpose. And then I also like to use some type of layering by using wet on wet technique, like this one that I've just shown. And then this part is kind of satisfying to put some like purple like shadows on it, because of course the plastic itself is translucent, but the the colors is, I kind of invented it by adding some violets and some beige. Then this part I just of course did some silver on the coins and just some mini details. And so far I really like what the sketch is supposed to look like, and then I what my painting interpretation of it. And then this part is, quite hard to do because I need to like color correct it, like similar to this cream color of the notepad, but now I have found the perfect color for it. So there's that. And then this notebook is the most fun out of all the things that I have painted on this sketch, because it's just so whimsical, and I feel like the tape also adds some character, because frankly this notebook has been with me for like 6 months or more, and I use it like almost every day, and the edges of it is just quite broken because sometimes my notebook fell over here and there, and I just had to tape it because I have no other way of stitching it, or I guess using glue gun would be too dirty for this. I feel like it's not the quite the solution that I need to fix the notebook. So I just use tapes all over the sides, because it's just a cheap notebook that I have been using to journal like almost every day. So there's that. Then I also kind of weathered the notebook by doing some gray strokes and then covering it up again with the whites. And I just feel like these quite little details just sell the notebook, like it's kind of realistic. And I also enjoyed putting these white lines all over the washi tape. So there's that. And of course I don't need it to be perfect, so I just kind of doodled it, and I also added some cream colors and smudged it all over the notebook so that it doesn't look quite disheveled. Then this part is also satisfying because I had to put my keys, of course. And then of course I won't show the keys here at the footage because of course privacy and all that. And just so you know, it's two keys. And then this one is of course painting the coins all over the sides and just adding some quite dimension here, like a twisting part of the what do you call this, the this part of the keychain, whatever this one is called. So I added like a greenish yellow because it's faded, it's supposed to look like translucent. And then I also added some cream on top of it, or like some white, so that it would look kind of translucent. Then also of course I added some shines all over the silvers and the gold keys so that it would look nicer. And I also had fun on this part because some parts of it is just layering and layering on this part of the keychain. And then I also added like this Posca on the side just to correct some of the shapes. But my Posca is not working that well because I don't know, maybe it's dried up or something like that. And then this part is also cute because the pink just really matches the tone of that pink. And then the ruler, just some ruler, random ruler on here because of course I use it for measuring stuff and also just straight lines on my pieces, or just sometimes on other stuff like measuring some objects here at my home. And then here I'm just trying to add some lines on the ruler, then some kind of reflections. And then this one I kind of invented the colors by adding this sort of beige color on the mask even though it's literally white, and then adding these orange flowers just, you know, made it more cohesive and it looked prettier on the painting than in real life, I think. Like, it's just a basic mask and I do not use it like every day, but you know, sometimes we use masks here to just, you know, when going outside to have some protection. And then of course I'm adding these shadows in here. Then this one is quite cute. Like the color, I really like it because it's like powder blue. And then I layered it so that it would not look faded as it is, because some of the acrylic brush markers are not quite opaque. It's quite translucent, so some of the lighter colors are just like that. And this tape is just so frustrating to paint because I messed up on the like the inner ridge of it. Like, I was supposed to put white. I didn't know why I painted it green first, but I kind of corrected it here. And that's about the things that I do in here. Just, you know, correcting some there and there. But overall, this is such a nice painting that I had fun to paint. And this is the final product. I hope that you like this painting because I liked it very much and it's now my YouTube cover. So there's that. Goodbye and thank you for watching.